In this video, we're going to talk about the process of running for president. Before you want to run for president, there are a few things that you will need to do. And these are things that a candidate or a potential candidate will typically go through. There's 3 phases to the process, and the first is what's called the pre-nomination phase. These are the things you do before you decide to seek the nomination for president. Then there's the physical nomination contest, where you compete for your primary's nomination to try and be their candidate for president. If you're successful there, then it's on to the general election. Here's how the pre-nomination phase might look. At this phase, you want to explore your viability as a candidate. When we're talking about viability, what we mean is your ability to do a few things. One is raise money. Do you have connections to large donors and people that would be willing to fund a presidential run? Running for president is expensive. You've got to hire a big staff, coordinate a lot of different regional locations, and then of course pay for media. Endorsements. Do you have people that are willing to vouch for you? Do you have people that are willing to endorse you as a potential president? Also, do you have a sufficient media profile? Are you able to access earned media, which is positive television coverage? And do you have a big enough social media presence? If you answer in the affirmative, the next thing you might do is write a book. A lot of aspiring presidential candidates will write a book to craft a narrative about themselves and their candidacy. For an example, prior to the 2020 election, former Secretary of State Nikki Haley wrote a book about her time in office and her personal story. This prompted many to speculate that she might be weighing a future presidential run. Another thing you might do is visit a primary state, an early primary state like Iowa and New Hampshire, which are the first 2 states to hold their primaries. You would typically disguise this as just a trip to a conference or a vacation or something. And if that's something that you do, then there's probably an ulterior motive. You want to meet people on the ground, you want to assess the potential for organizing a primary campaign there, and you want to see if you can attract any local endorsements. So, pre-nomination phase. Do you have a plan for attracting donors? Can you get access to money? Can you get political support, like endorsements, especially in those key primary states, Iowa and New Hampshire? Do you have a plan for media, communications, and getting traction on social media? If the answer is yes to these things, then perhaps it's time to seek the nomination.